But people
I remember
impressive.
in fifth grade we had to go to the Kennedy Center to see like an opera. It's like a field trip thing.
Really?
Yeah, I forget what we saw, but we had this weird Greek music teacher. And yeah, we had to go. It was like at the end of the year they brought us to go see an opera.
I kind of want to
really
see an
into it.
opera like now.
I hated that bitch.
Why?
She just sucked. She was a bitch. We had like a cool music teacher prior to that, and then he like retired or something. Like he was like fun, he'd have like fun with the kids or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And, like he had like names for all the instruments. He's like, yeah, you know. I mean, he was. Yeah. We talked about it before, but he was a homosexual.
Yeah, he's definitely gay as shit. Every fun teacher you had in elementary school was gay as shit.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Laramie.
Realize it.
Oh, I shouldn't have said his name, but whatever. But there was this guy who was just like the funnest first grade teacher, like singing songs. And he's like, he took us to see him in Peter Pan or some shit, and he's just like, he like comes out in tights, and I'm like, man, he is so creative and cool. And my mom's like, yeah, Mr. Laramie's gay. And I was like,
no,
what?
That's basically what the situation was. We had a gay music teacher that was a lot of fucking fun. They replaced her with this Greek bitch, and she fucking sucked dick, dude. She oh man! So like we had remember box tops for education, where if you bring in
from cereal.
Yeah. So our school had like a goal, like if we got to fucking $2,000 whatever, $500, $2,000, whatever the amount was in box tops, they would there was like a prize, and so the options were there was 3 things that everyone kind of voted on initially as like ballot options, because everything had to tie into like teaching kids about democracy or whatever,
right? Some bullshit.
So there's a different, and then there was like a write-in option. So it was like either the principal kisses a pig or whatever. They get like a fucking pig from a farm, and then she had to kiss it. I think that was the one that ended up winning. The principal ended up kissing a pig. But
stupid bitch.
Yeah. And then there was a couple other ones, but then there was this kid Chris who was like. Me and my friend Anthony, we were like friends with him. We were all on the baseball team together, and we all like sucked. And but like Chris was at like the sort of the bottom of that pecking order in between me, Anthony, and Chris or whatever. And Chris was like kind of like, he was just like a dumbass. He was like aloof and like didn't think about shit. So they put out like the ballots of like what you could vote for to happen if we got like the box tops. And so in a write-in space, and these are anonymous. They just hand one to everyone. They're anonymous, and he wrote his name at the top for some reason. And then in the other section, he writes down, Mrs. Vasilio should jump off the school and kill herself.
Jesus Christ.
And then he erases his name and turns it in, but his name's still like clearly visible. And then he got like suspended and had to like write an apology to
that one was probably so sad. She's like some fucking overworked, like single. Because there's a specific type of like uptight Greek woman who's like 36, has never fucked because she still lives at home with her fucking parents and shit. And she's probably just like trying to get through the fucking day, and then it's like she sees this shit, couldn't relate to kids as a child, and then as
now
a teacher,
has to be a teacher.
It's like even now she's getting bullied.
I hated her though.
Well, I had like
I had an Offspring CD that she took from me.
Oh no,
I wasn't even fucking like trying to put it on or anything. I just had it with me, and she's like, you can't have this.
Parental advisory stick.
Yeah.
Oh, what a bitch.
I'm like, my parents bought it for me. I don't know.
Was she that kind? Was she like a spinster, or do you think did she have a family and shit, or do you know? Do you remember?
No, I mean, I'm 6. I'm just like, she's a bitch.
Yeah, 6. Okay. Because I remember,
fuck this bitch.
I remember I had a fucking terrible music teacher who I was like, this guy fucking sucks. But it was clear that he was just a fucking loser. He was just he was going through a divorce. I found out later.
Yeah.
He had a fucking terrible. I was like, why is this guy's hair so stupid? He had the worst wig you've ever seen in your fucking life.
I had a teacher like that in high school who taught government, and he would wear suits, and there was no reason to wear suits. It wasn't a private school. And he was also a magician.
Oh.
So he would like, we're going to start the class with a magic trick. We're going to do like one magic trick.
Boo.
Yeah. He was the guy.
Jesus
He was the guy I
Christ.
told the story before about who called the retarded kid professor. I told you that there's a retarded kid in the class and be like, who's got the answer to that? You, professor? No? Okay. I told this story, right?
I think so, but still, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah, and he had this like piece of shit like fucking like a mid '90s Buick Regal where the trunk didn't close, so it was like held shut by a bungee cord. Just fucking like boom, boom, boom. As he like went over, and me and my dad ran into him at the grocery store one time, and he was like wearing some like shitty, not like a nice tracksuit, but that like I don't know what the material is. That real loud fucking
that swooshes.
Yeah, that swooshy fucking
nylon,
material. Tracksuit.
Yeah.
And he had a shopping cart just filled with fucking Velveeta, like mac and cheese.
No, dude. A grown ass man. I'm fucking.
And that whole neighborhood is all just like people that have been divorced. It's all like fucking, just shitty. Half of them were like, Section 8 condos, I guess. So he was probably divorced, and he's like, oh, hey, how's it going? And like he had this instant reaction when he saw me, where he like didn't know what to hide first. So he was just like, hello.
Just punched you and ran.
Every part of it was fucking embarrassing.
Jesus Christ.
I had a teacher in middle school who first semester we could tell she was going through a divorce, and then she like would tell us like, I'm not living with Rob anymore. And then she'd be like, she'd start talking about her roommate. I guess it was like maybe 9th grade. She started talking about her roommate, and then by the end of second semester, she was in a lesbian relationship with her with her construction worker roommate Jill.
Hell yeah!
And then, but it was so funny because like at the beginning of the year, we'd like be reading normal books. Like
I love the lesbians that look like Playmobil figurines.
Oh, this woman
she's like, well, I'm a construction worker, so I always wear the boots. She never takes a utility belt off. She needs everyone to know how much of a fucking lesbian she is.
She had a straight up Jerry curl, like blonde Jerry curl mullet.
Oh yeah,
Jill. And I was on the debate team, so Miss Roberts, the teacher, was also the debate coach, so that's how I knew about her personal life. And but in English, like the beginning of the year, we were reading like Tale of Two Cities, or like, the books you read in high school. And then by the end of the year, like every book was femlit. Like we were reading like The Yellow Wallpaper, Kate Chopin's The Awakening. It was all like, this is what men drive women to do. They carry babies to term for 9 months. And then they always turn on you. And you know that there was no such thing as postpartum depression until very recently. And women were in their own prisons. And yeah, she was just like going absolutely nuts at us, and we were like, is this going to be on the test? Or
Sorry.
No, I had an English teacher that very fat woman, and she
dude, oh fuck yeah.
She fucking she had like, we had to read nothing but like like we read A Raisin in the Sun, and we read like a lot of
Oprah's book clubs.
August Wilson plays. And but then she also had like an adopted black son. So she was like, this is like, nobody said woke like 10 years ago, but she was this fat bitch. She's like, and I have to explain to my son. But she was like, a big fat de Blasio.
Oh, she was so happy.
Right. And me and my friend used to laugh, because I remember my friend was black, and we used to laugh about like just her at home, like painting her face black as she like reads these plays. And she's like, this is me.
I had a teacher
making her like adopted son kiss her face.
I had a teacher like me and my friend Alex were like best friends in high school. I guess we were like disruptive, and she fucking hated us. And her name was Kitty Hair, so we used to call her Pussy Hair all the time. Yes. We'd be like, oh, yo, we're in Pussy Hair's class together this semester. Like, we got the schedules. I remember we sat down one day, and she's like, I will not be having this. I will not be having you in the same class. She like gets like red in the face. And so she switched our schedules around. So we just decided to like ignore the schedule switch. So we'd like come to class like in the same, like at the same period every week, and she like literally lost it. She got the administration involved, and then we just lie and be like, I don't know what she's talking about. She's making this up.
How the fuck did that work? How did just claiming a teacher lied work, and you got to stay in the same class?
Well, I'm sorry, Mrs. Bitch, but the children are saying that you're lying.
Pussy Hair, dude. You fucking bitch. Yeah, she didn't. She only had she had no kids, but she had a dog named Buddha, and she just keep talking about her Buddha.
Jesus.
And
it's so funny how
she's
like
talking about her pussy.
The education system is like filled with so many just adult dumbasses.
Oh yeah, because it's not a valued profession. Yeah, if you're paid as much as a doctor,
we had an assistant principal in middle school that used to like be like, I'd like to see Omid in my office, please. And then he would call for this kid who would just help him with Final Fantasy VII. He would just play in his office. Like during lunch, you would go help him.
Incredible, dude. Holy fucking
The coolest
shit.
gym teacher in high school was this guy, Coach Cobert, and like we fucking loved him. Everyone loved him. And then like one day there's just fucking news trucks in front of the school.
Oh no!
And yeah, he was fucking his teacher's aide. She was so hot, dude. I can't explain.
Well,
how
what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
What?
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong?
His
She was
teacher's
she was
aide?
17 years old.
That's
oh
illegal.
no, she was like a student. Like
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
She had like a period where she was so fucking hot. And then like everyone was like, "Free Cobert." I would have done it too.
Yeah, dude. There was this one coach who was just like the coolest, smoothest dude, and he was just like he was the football. He played for the he like was in the league for a while in the NFL for a sec, and then he just like he coached the track team. He played he was like a smooth jazz like keyboard guy, just a like distinguished old black dude. And later you just find out that like almost literally every girl he coached on the track team, like literally the day they turned 18, he fucked them. Like he was just like he had like a schedule. He dated like every single one.
Why the hell wouldn't you? You know, that's my question.
I'm just saying, it's pretty funny.
If the berries are ripe for picking, let's see how the old expression goes.